wonder how long I can hold that. I think it was like 3 seconds. Put those away. So let me see here. This is The Wire. Season 1, episode 7, titled One Arrest. They're sticking with the thing to have these titles literally explain the episode in a few words, which I don't know. I need to bump some off this though, but which I tend to like, tend not to like. I don't know. So I want to say something. So far, this series has delivered on so many levels, and it seemed like it was heading in one direction, but now it's so there's a character, a younger kid who's Creed. Later in life he becomes the actor who plays. Does he play Creed, or he plays in the movie Creed? I think he plays in the movie Creed. That guy. His character is so deeply affected by the violence that he's witnessed and the treachery that's taking place in his particular situation. He's already overloaded with responsibility of taking care of these number of younger children, and having this violence pushed in his face, he's succumbed to it, and now he's doing drugs. And as I'm following the show, I'm seeing that's put his character in jeopardy of being eliminated, because they're looking for leaks in the organization at this point, because the coppers, the police, are having too many victories versus the hustlers. And when the cops side has a victory, it equals a loss for the hustlers. Makes sense, right? So they're looking to shore up things and clean up the operation. Now, what should I touch on? There's a certain struggle, or I guess there's a certain struggle that's taking place on the cops side. They've mixed in some elements of no matter how much power you may assume by having a badge, you still have to answer to somebody. I think they're doing a decent job of not to say decent. I think they're doing a justice by showing that, or showing the possibility of that anyway, because this is a fictional show. But I think they taking some of these ideas and concepts from real life events. I like to think that. But they're taking a deeper look at the interactions that these officers are having between one another, and the hierarchy, and what could be considered as dirty or immoral outside of the force is considered pretty much basic practice inside the force. It's interesting to see that, but it just cements the fact that human nature can't be wiped off. You can't just wipe off imperfections that humans are born with, or which are grown to operate due to past experiences. That makes any sense? Like, people are going to do things based on what happened to them a long time ago, today, or whatever. You know what I mean? And that's showcased so well with the portrayal of these police officers. Now, I still haven't got all the characters' names, but I think I've got, I guess, their ranks. So the major he's head of this whole, not the whole force, but this particular branch, I guess. I guess it's like a branch. He's head of that, and he has a vendetta against probably the only character's name I remember. Well, yeah, one of the only characters' name I remember, McNulty. He has a vendetta against McNulty because, McNulty's job is in homicide, and he's chosen this. He's chosen to take on the task of taking out this whatchamacallit, taking out this criminal enterprise. I don't know where his desire to do this comes from, but the only thing they've given for that character is his love of his job. But it's like, you're in homicide. Why not just stick to homicide? Why try to move over to narco? I don't know. Maybe he's looking for something, but he continuously puts the character. They continually give this character an opportunity to voice his love of the job. Now we got that taken care of. There's such a great relationship that exists between him and his partner. And his partner's off doing his own thing, but they're shifting all their homicide cases to try and keep themselves clean, I guess, towards cases that are related to this narcotics case that they're working. And they're doing by they I mean the writers and actors. Well, I guess that's the writers and the director. They're taking a great chance to here to look at relationships and ways of thinking, I guess, and emotions, and how it affects somebody's decisions. Maybe I'm overthinking it. I feel like I'm overthinking it at this point, but it's making me think so much. This episode, I'm sitting here watching, and I'm like, wow, they're getting really, really deep into so much more than they're digging so much deeper than the surface. I mean, in some instances, that's not necessarily the case. Like for instance, the police work that they're doing, it's like they're spelling out so clearly, and they're taking advantage of these opportunities, and they're breaking codes, and they're getting victories, I think. So D's another character that I remember his name. So he's the guy who we were introduced to way back in the beginning of this series, who has committed a murder, got off on that. He's now in charge of operations of a smaller area, but that area has come under so much scrutiny because of the police basically stirring a hornet's nest and having victories. So you see him, and now another interesting fact: there was a character that we're introduced to not too long ago that runs a bar, and he's basically disgruntled because he's not getting enough money. He's basically complaining to D about that. Now he has opportunity to carve out for himself some real money, and he wants to bring D on the play, and I'm interested to see where that goes. But you know, the big boss, he's pretty much overthinking the situation here, and which is a good thing. He's overthinking the situation, which is a good thing, and he's trying to evade capture. Now you got people messing up, but they found a code, which is the most interesting thing. If you know anything about history as far as wars are concerned, when the Allies broke that code that the Germans had, I mean, it was pretty much over for them. So that's what we have going on right now. What else has happened in this episode? So the big boss is going after McNulty. The cops are overall making a lot of victories, and they're starting to work together as a unit, and they're taking opportunities to showcase the camaraderie that exists in between these individuals, which I think can only happen in the manner in which it's happening in such a long format such as TV, which I'm thankful for. I mean, I'm enjoying the series overall. I feel like this wasn't even that good of a review, but I think it's a great look. It's a great look for them. So what else should I touch on? Touched on possibility of upcoming events. I've touched on the fact that the younger character, the actor who plays Creed, or plays in the movie Creed, he's succumbed to the streets. Basically, he's overcome by the pressure, and he's moved towards drugs, and now he's like, it's sad to see him like that. Also, you want to touch on Omar? That's the other character that I remembered his name. He's become an informant as well, and I'm interested to see where that goes. Also, they took a look at the relationship between the two drug addicts. He's constantly putting in work, and you see him struggling with his conscience about what he's doing. As far as he's a great actor so far. I got to remember the character's name, but you see him struggling with the idea of quitting this drug. But whatever the case is, we'll see where and how that progresses down the line. Now I'm going to watch the next episode.